Hi guys, welcome back to another Craft With Me video. My name is Maggie for those of you that are new, and welcome to my channel, Sunset Crafts and More. I am going to be making hopefully a couple different projects with you today to put into our sewing theme Tim Holtz Pocket Folio. That's a mouthful, but I have a couple projects that I wanted to work on, that I wanted to add into our little folio, and so I thought today would probably be a really fun day to do that. And if you recall, I had actually shared these that I purchased from a Etsy seller, I believe it was, and they're just little button cards, and I'm not sure if they're like 100% legit, like vintage, but they look pretty darn good to me. So I thought, why don't we try to make our own and see how they come out. I did a couple last night just to kind of see how they look, and I'm really happy with the way they're turning out. So let me show you what I've made already. So I made two different sizes because I know that our folio is a little bit smaller, but this one I made, and I'm going to show you. I just used decorative paper, and I have a book of washi stickers with really pretty images like this. I actually printed these off of my my JADENS little printer, and so this with this. And so if you don't have one of these, you need one. They're so good. And so I just added a couple little things, and this I added with my my label dies, and so I just used whichever ones I thought would fit, and I put 3 buttons of the same, and there it is. And then there is this one. This one I didn't add because I was trying to like copy, so this one I tried to do like this with the little florals on the end and with the little image. So that's what I did for here. And then I tried to copy this one, and I did that. So this one says Dahlia's buttons, and I put Maggie's buttons. And so I just thought, you know what, this is going to be fun. So here it is. So let me show you what we're using. Aside from the little, because I did do a few little sticker printing from my JADENS printer. So I did a few. I just made up some random names, I guess. I cut out a couple different, actually a few different sizes. This one is 3 by 4. This one, and they're just half inch smaller. These are 2.5 by 3.5, and this is 2 by 3. So I just wanted different sizes just to kind of get an idea on what we want to do. I think we will be making a couple of these. I'm not sure. Hopefully we won't take too much time, or we could do one of each since we have, if we have time. Let's do one of each and see how that works out. Now I do have either like some random buttons in here, or I do have my Simplicity button little canister, well, not canisters, but my little tins here. So I got the black, the white, and the gold, and so there it goes. I've had these forever. I absolutely love the way they look, and I think we might just use those. It'll be easier to find like pairs, but I'm thinking that with this one we'll just do like one, right? So I grabbed my little box that has a bunch of different little, see this? It has a bunch of just random little decorative papers. And I'm thinking that we could probably do something with these. See, look, this would be pretty to put. I need something that has it more like on the side. So I'm thinking that this one might be good for maybe this one. Or maybe this one. Yeah, let's do this with this. So we'll put those together and then see if there's something else. Well, I don't want them all to be purple. So let's keep her going. So we've got this. Oh, that might be pretty. Like I said, I kind of want the image to be like closer to the side. It doesn't have to be. Look at how pretty those are. This one might be fun for this one. Yeah, we'll do that for this. And then let's grab another type. I'm going to put those off to the side, and I have some other ones. Now, I'm not sure if I would be able to share with you. Let me see what these are. No, those are different. To share with you where I got them, because honestly, I don't remember. Ooh, this would be pretty to put like a lacy, some lace on some. Maybe that one. Yeah, that might be cool. I kind of like that one. So let's do that. So we're not wasting too much time looking for papers. So let's put these in here. And put this away. And this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to do the corners just yet until after I have my little paper on top. So you could do either your art glitter glue or whatever type of favorite glue you have, or your glue stick. But I'm going to add this on here and then just kind of wherever it goes, and then we'll trim it. I'm going to get my long scissors for this one and then just trim all the way around. It's kind of hard to see when it's white on white, but I'm trying not to get let me do it with these. Just trying to trim off all the little excess. Okay, so there is that one. I can use this for another one, so I'll probably save that. And then let's add glue to this. So it's kind of the same concept on all of them, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you. Okay, now I'll go around and trim all of the extra paper. I feel like I have better control with these. These are my favorite scissors. Okay. And then this one, I think I'm going to do this where the red, so I'm going to put this more on the corner. So let's do this here. So I think I want to add this more up here. So there's a few different projects that I want to do. But for those that don't want to follow along with my sewing journal or folio, I don't want to bore you with something that you're really not interested in. So I kind of wanted to jam pack a few different projects in this one tutorial, I guess. So let's do this and corner around here. Let's do a smaller. Sorry for my band-aid. Yesterday I was decorating. Yesterday I was decorating my house, and I had it with for fall. And I love to decorate every season. And I was standing on top. While I ink this, I'm going to share. Well, I was standing on top of a chair to add some things to the wall. I was trying to get off the chair, and I hit my thumb right on the back of my chair, and it kind of lifted my, I hit it right at the right at the edge to where it is tried to lift a little bit of my, ooh, sorry, a little bit of my oh, I did that wrong. I did the wrong side. Now I got to do all of them. But I ended up hitting my thumbnail, and it lifted a little bit of my nail on the corner. And so just to kind of spare you the yuckiness of it, I put a Band-Aid on it. I'm just using Walnut Stain Distress ink for around the edges, because if you notice these, see, look at how distressed these look on the edges. So I wanted to do that. This side didn't really get punched very well, did it? There it goes. Okay, and then the last one, I think it goes this way. Not that it matters while I'm inking, but you know what I mean. Just to kind of have a mental note. Okay. Now we are going to still need some ink, but let's go ahead and figure out, excuse me, I already cut some pieces out, and I did it out of the white cardstock only because, look, this is white, so I thought, you know what, let's keep it with the white. So I did do this one for the bigger one, and I really like the way that looks. So like that, I can put like another image here and then put smaller buttons on this one. So maybe we'll do that there. And then maybe this oval one here, that would look pretty. And for this one, I think I just wanted to do maybe just one in the center. Maybe like this. Just do one. Let's see which other ones we have. I'm trying to see. We could just do the square, or let's do the round one and then do a cute little button there. I think that'll work out really well. So let me ink these. I think I'm just going to ink just around them. And then we'll glue them down. I like to use my tweezers when it comes to this because I can get a better feel for where I need to put this. So let's do this right about here. Okay. And then this one's going to go on this one. So I'm going to do this one here. Yeah, I'm going to do it off to the side. Do that one here. Does that look straight? Close enough. And then this one I'm just going to do right in the center. Right about here. Okay. Now, if you have other little advertisements or something from an old magazine or whatever, you can cut those out and put that on there. That would look really cool. If you have one of these Jaden printers, you can do that. I also have my little handy dandy label maker here. So use your imagination and, you know, get whatever you find. I think I'm going to do this one. Ooh, maybe I'll do this one for here. The fancy lady buttons. I just kind of made it up. So let's cut this down to size. I'm going to use my little trusty mini trimmer. I love this thing. And maybe about here. Okay, I'm going to trim this down. And then because this has this little edge here, so it makes it easier for me to peel it back, I'm going to peel it first before I cut the other side, just so that it's easier for me. Especially with this Band-Aid on, it makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm taking off the little extra pieces and putting it over there. So let's put this, my little fancy lady buttons, and do this here off to the side. And then we'll do, how about dressy buttons for this one? So let's cut this down to size. I think this is about straight. Let's do this side. Make sure it's down all the way and it's straight. Hopefully that's about right. Okay, again, I'm going to trim the edge, peel this back, trim this edge, get rid of the extra, put this one here. And I will ink it just a tiny bit, just so that it'll be, oh, this is going to look cute here. Just so it won't be so white. And then this one, let's do just the regular sewing buttons. I'm using this. I could use my scissors, but I'm just afraid that I'm not going to do it very straight. So let's do it this way. And I'm going to use my tweezers to help put this straight underneath. That looks about right. Now, if you don't want to and you still have this paper, you can try to, it is a little bit smooth, so I'm not sure how well it'll get if you want to write on it. We could try it out later. But again, trimming this off, peeling that, and trimming this off. Let's get rid of this and put this here. Now I'm just gonna go with my dauber here and lightly age it up a little bit. Okay, just so that it's not so bright white. Okay, I think we're done with this. Now we're going to add our buttons. Actually, let me go through and see, because I think I want to add an image here. And I have this that we can kind of go through and see. It says fancy lady, so now I feel like I have to put a fancy lady here. So let's kind of go through and see what I find. Hopefully I'll find something in this one, because this is the only book that I brought out. Let's see, come on. I kind of want it to look vintage, so maybe this one. I wonder if she'll fit here. I should have done this first and then add this, because if you see here, it's kind of covering the image. So, and I did do it, no, I was going to say I did do it here, but it didn't reach. But that would have been a good one. Now I don't want to do it because I don't want it to look funny. Ooh, perfect. This one. She's perfect. These are washi stickers. So I'll see if I can find where I bought this. I'm not sure if I got it from, where I got it from, but I'll try to look for it. But let's put her here. Ooh, barely made it. Oh, see? Doesn't that look cute? I know, I feel like, not that you guys are making fun of me, but I say cute a lot, and I realize that. But I know that you're not making fun. I know that it's something that I say and you guys get a kick out of it, so I'm not taking offense to it, so don't think I am. I'm not. Let's see if I can come up with some cute little buttons. See, I would do maybe something like this, but because they're kind of domed, I don't really want that extra bulk. If you're just going to kind of give it away as a gift and not expect to have it be put inside of a journal or something, then I guess that would be okay. But I think for what I want, I think I'm going to stick with these. So let's do some little gold ones. And these are all plastic buttons, so I think these would be pretty. If I can find 3 of the same. Or I could do those. I don't like that it's not the same shade. So let's keep looking. There it is. There's 3 of those. I really like this one though. I felt like it kind of goes with our little fanciness here. So let's see if I can find more, which of course I probably can't. We could do something basic and do these. I like that they look like a little, like rusty. Let's do those. Okay, now this is how we're going to add them. So I have, put this away. I have this little spongy thing. And I think it came with my my Tim Holtz, you know, the set to take off all of the little bits for your die cuts. I think that came with this. And so I'm going to line them up here. And then I have my needle and thread. Now this thread is a little bit thicker than a regular thread. I'm not sure what kind of thread this is. It just says 100% bonded nylon. Oh, it's extra strong upholstery thread. So that's what I'm using for this because I really like that it's the thicker one. So I'm going to line this up. And make sure that the holes are going the right direction. Okay. I know that they're probably going to move in a minute, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my needle and I'm going to punch the holes. Okay, so there is one. Then we'll do this one. I think I could probably get away with doing a bigger needle. This is one of the ones that I like to use when I sew in a journal, a signature. So I think I'm going to use this one better. Okay. So this one goes here. This one goes here. And then this one will go right about here. Okay. See, there are the holes. And let's put this off to the side. And then I'm going to show you how. Actually, I still have thread on this one. No, it's not long enough, so I'm going to get some more thread. And I'm not going to double it. I'm just going to leave it loose because this is pretty thick already. And so let's cut this about here. And then this is what we're doing. Because this is the four hole, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in through whichever hole you want. I'm going to do the top right. Put that in through the front. Hold on to the tail. Leave enough tail so where it's easy for you to tie it off. Okay, and then I'm going to do crisscross. So let me get it to the right angle here. Oh, I did it in the wrong hole. Sorry. I was like, where's the other hole at? But let's do this again. Again, the top. Let's just do it like this so I could see what I'm doing. By already punching the holes with your needle, it's going to make it so much easier for you to see where you're going. So I'm going to go crisscross, and so I'm going to go to the bottom. Make sure you get the tail out of the way, and then pull that through. What did I do? Ay, ay, ay. See? Of course this has to happen to me. Let's try this one more time. It's really easy. Of course, I'm making it seem more difficult, and I promise it's not. So let's do this again. Top right. Because you need this tail to be out so that you can tie it off on the top, on this front part. Okay? And then we're bringing it back to that bottom corner. Diagonal. Okay. Bringing that in. And then all you have to do is make sure that that both ends are out. Okay, now I'm not going to sew it extra. I'm just going to leave it like this. And then I'm going to cut the tail, and then I can tie this off. And all I'm doing is just tying one knot. Cutting the excess off. I want to see a little bit of the little strands there. So there is that one. Let's take the next one. Again, start wherever you want. All we need to make sure is that the two tails are out in the front. Okay. Again, I started on the bottom. What is wrong with me? Let's try it again. Okay. Top. Bottom. Then I'm going to crisscross. So let's move this. Crisscross to the top corner. And then go down to this bottom corner. Cut off this tail. And then tie this off. Just knot that, and okay, let me do the rest of them and I will be right back. Okay, here they are. Here are the little button cards that we made. This one I found little cute purple to match, purple buttons to match this. And then I did one big one for this one, and I think that that's really cute too. So there they are. Can you tell the difference of which ones are the, except for my little stickers, but I think they came out really cute. Okay, so for the next one, I want to make our own little, what do they call them? What are they called? Little bobbin? Not bobbin, spools, paper spools. So that's what we're gonna make. I have a piece that is the 2 by, I think it's the 2 by 3, and I think that this is the perfect size. to do this project. So just get your cardstock 2x3, and I got another one of my little fancy decor paper, and I'm going to add this on here, and then we'll start cutting out the shape of the spool. I think I'm going to use my glue here. I need kind of an extra piece of paper so that I don't get it all over my desk. But let's add glue to this. Okay. That looks good. I just need some extra here on the edges. Trying to see in the light to see if I got everything. I think so. Okay. And then I'm going to add this on top. Maybe I'll add it this way. So like that I can actually get, let's do this side. I can get more spools out of this. So I thought this paper was nice. So let's go ahead and trim around it. Try not to cut your paper, your cardstock. And last little bit here. Okay, now for this, I'm going to use this paper punch. And this is more kind of decorative. I like to use this one for tickets, but we're going to be using this one for today. This side here. So I'm going to do all 4 corners. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it around. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to start measuring. So I'm going to put this on my mat here, and I'm going to measure out about 1, 2, 3, 3/4 of an inch here, 1, 2, 3, 3/4 of an inch here, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to bring this closer to me to make sure that I have this right, and then right here. And then here I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch. Okay? And we'll measure, we'll line this out when I have my, when I know that my lines are straight. Let me make sure that I have everything where I need it. I'm doing this kind of a little off camera because I need to make sure, but it looks good. Okay, so I'm going to grab my little ruler here, and I'm going to do the 1/4 of an inch on the top and bottom, and right here where we have these 2 marks, let me bring you in a little bit so that you could see a little bit better. Okay, so here I have my 1/4 inch marks, and then here I have my 3/4. Okay, and so here is where I'm going to start that line up to there, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Again, my 1/4 inch mark here to here, and then I'm just going to mark from these 2 lines here. And then we're just going to mark off, and that's just going to give us that little space that we need. Let me make sure that I have this right. Yeah, it's pretty even, Steven. Okay, so let's do this. If it's a little bit off, it's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about it. But I have this here. See that? And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Making sure that I have it straight. Here and here. And then we could cut this out. I'm going to use my craft knife for this. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to cut right outside that line. So just that little rectangle there is what we're cutting out. Okay, let me do the other side. Cut that line there. And then I'm going to go this way and cut these two lines here, just up to that little line there. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, but I'm going to do it this way because like this, I know that I could grab the paper so that it doesn't move. Okay. You can see my hand shaking, trying to press hard so that it doesn't move. Okay. There it is. And all we're going to do, because our punch doesn't reach these corners here, I'm just going to use my scissors and round those edges there. Slowly and carefully. Okay. I'm going to have to turn it this way so that I can get the right angle here. And then do the same thing on this one. And turn it around and do this one. Okay. And there we have our spool. Let's go ahead and ink around this. Ooh, it's coming off of my, oh, that's, wow, I'm gonna have to replace that. Let's just try to see if we can get this done. Look at it flopping. Oh no. Okay, I think we're good. And now if I wanted to, I can maybe put like a little something that says something up there. But for right now, I'm just going to show you, and I'm going to grab some ribbon here and then just wrap this around a few times. And this ribbon is actually, let me tell you, it's 1.5 inch, which is perfect. And I think this is about good. So let's go ahead and cut here. I need my fabric scissors for this. So let's trim this off here. I'm going to stretch it just a little bit because I want this to be about there. Okay, and then I have these little safety pins. Actually, I think I have the mini ones. Where did I put the mini ones at? I have the mini, I think they're in here. I was gonna say I have the mini ones somewhere, but I think they're in here. see if I'm right. Nope, these are just the bulb clips. I know I have the mini ones. I don't know where I put them. It's gonna bug me. But darn it, I thought that these were the mini ones. Let's just put this on for now till I can find my mini ones. Just a little safety pin here. And then put that there. Actually, that looks really cute. I like the size of that one. So there is your little homemade paper spool. Cute, right? I think I would maybe put like a little, like the name of the ribbon or something. I don't know. I think it's cute. There I go again. Okay, and I do have one last one that I want to share. So let me clean this up and grab the stuff for that. Give me 1 second. Okay, for our last project, I'm going to be making a fabric swatch booklet, I guess. I don't know what else to call it, but that's what I want to do. So I have like little pieces that I've done, and I'm going to make, I need to make a base first. And so I'm going to use this paper, and this is from the Tim Holtz Vault collection. I'm not sure which one it is, but it has this pretty lady on it with the pattern on the back. And so I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4 by 3. So let's do, I want this lady to be on here. So we're gonna do 4 1/4 by 3. So this is gonna be my base. So I'm gonna have this on the back. This is going to be in the back, and then this is going to be on the inside. So I'm going to just go ahead and layer. I haven't done one yet, so we're kind of working this out together. So I want to do it like this, to where all of my little pieces of my little swatches here are just a little bit thinner than the other. Okay, I'm going to leave all the little strings because I like it. And then I'm not sure if I want to use this as the topper or this piece of eyelet fabric. I think this would be really cute. Yeah, I think I want to do this. So I think I want to cut this down. So let's see if we can trim this to be a little bit more even. I'm not sure how I would do that. Okay, so I think I'm just going to cut down this right down here. Let me get my, do I have my rotary cutter around here somewhere? Why don't I see it? I don't see my rotary cutter. Where could I have put it? That was weird. Okay, well, we're gonna have to trim it this way then. I wonder if I could, does this rip? Like if I do it like this? Oh, it sure does. All right. Then we're going to cut it right down here then. Right down the middle here. Nice. That's even better. Okay, and then figure out how wide I want this. So I think right up to this one. Perfect. I can put this here and just cut this off right here. So this will be our little topper. And then we can have our little swatches on the bottom. Now I want to add maybe this piece here. Maybe I'll cut that out and add that right to the top here. I think that'll look pretty. So let's cut this part out. Maybe I like that, so maybe we'll leave that there. And then we'll just cut it up to here. Let me fold this in half. So let's see, this is 3 3/4 by 1 1/2, right? No, 1 3/4. Yeah. And so this will go like that. So let's just fold this in half. Let me score that down a little bit. Can I use this? And we'll just staple it. That's actually really cute, isn't it? So let's use a regular stapler. And then I'll just use the back of, oh, I'm covering her head. Darn it. Let's see, can I fix it? Do you think I could fix it? Because that was the whole purpose of I wanted her to show. Let me see. Let me see if maybe if I trim this side off a little bit and leave the front a little bit longer. No. Only if I bring her down a little bit more. So let's take these off. It's not very fun working with the Band-Aid on. But let's see if I can bring this down a little bit more. And then bring this. Yeah, I would still need to trim it. So let's trim this off a little bit more. I'm just going to use my scissors. See if that's straight enough. I would just really need to make sure that I cut that I do it right at this bottom edge here. So let's see if I could do it. Where's my... Oh, I put my stapler back. Okay, we're gonna do it this way so that I can see where I'm going here. I'm gonna do it right here at the edge. And this one here. Did I get it? Yep, perfect. Now let me just close these down a little bit. You can either press it down with anything flat, or you can use some flat pliers. This will probably work better to press these down so that it doesn't snag on anything when you're trying to put it in and out of a little pocket or something. But look how cute. And we can actually put maybe something that says fabric swatches or something. Or I do have this. I have a thinner one. I have this one. I think I got both of these at Hobby Lobby. This is going to be a longer video, guys, but I really wanted to get these done all in the same video. But I think this would be cute to put right here in the middle. So let's add some glue. I'm just going to add a line of glue right over my staples. And then just add this right on top. It should stay. And then we'll just trim these off here. Yep, that's cute. Okay, that is it, my friends. Let me clean this up and then I'll show you all three of the projects. So give me 1 second. Okay, here we are. We have the three button cards, our handmade paper spool, and I did find my mini little I went looking through all of my stuff and I found the little mini paper clip, and I think these are Tim Holtz. So whatever I can find that's that I can link, I'll link all that down below. But other than that, let me know which one is your favorite. Let's do like a little flip through of this. I think this is so fun. Just easy peasy stuff. I could round these corners. I think it'd be better if I did. Let's just round this. Just the tiniest one. So there we are. Let me know which one is your favorite from all of them. And we'll see if we'll be able to add these into our journal. But that is it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.